Using a graphing calculator, graph the following systems of equations and find the solution. Our first step in this problem is to make the equations a y equals or slope-intercept form. So for this, we are going to subtract x from here. So we're going to make it negative 9y equals negative x plus 25. Then we're going to divide by negative 9. And then that will equal y equals negative 1 over negative 9x plus 25 over negative 9. Next, for this one, we are going to subtract the 6x. So it will be negative 5y equals negative 6x plus 4. Then we are going to divide by negative 5. And then that will equal y equals negative 6 over negative 5x plus 4 over negative 5. Now, go to the y equals on your calculator and enter in your data, and you have to clear out if you need to. Okay, make sure plot 1 is not selected. Okay, so y equals negative 1 divided by negative 9x plus 25 divided by negative 9. Then go enter to the second one, and that is negative 6 divided by negative 5x plus 4 divided by negative 5.
So now what you want to do is make sure your windows are good and ours are all good for our equations. And then you're going to hit graph, and it forms a graph.
Okay, now you go to second trace, and then you scroll down to intersect and hit enter, and then you hit enter 3 times and it will find the point of intersection, which will be your solution. Okay, so the intersection point, this is what I got, and then you're going to draw what you see. So you draw the box, and then you draw the graph, and be sure that you have your windows labeled. So our windows were all going by 10, so 10, negative 10, 10, negative 10, and then and that's our graph. Solve the linear system of equations algebraically. Our first step is going to find which variable to cancel, and in this case z is already out of this equation, so this will be our new equation number 1.
Now we're going to take the first and our third equation to get our new equation number 2, and to get the z's to cancel out, you have to multiply this one by negative 2. And after you do that, this is what you get. And after you write that, you find what your new equation number 2 is. So you solve this, and you'll get negative 8x minus 3y equals negative 4. And that is new equation number 2.
So I took the two new equations that we had and lined them up so I could solve for y. And you are going to take the top one and times it by 8 and take the bottom one and times it by 5 so that the x's cancel, which will give you 40x plus 16y equals 24, and negative 40x minus 15y, which will give you negative 20, and then you simplify so you cancel out the x's and subtract, so y equals 4. Now we're going to solve for another variable, and we are going to plug y into either new equation number 1 or new equation number 2. And in this case, we're going to do it in new equation number 1. So 5x plus 2y equals 3, and then so it'll be 5x plus 8 equals 3, and then we're going to subtract 8. Then we get 5x equals negative 5 divided by 5 divided by 5. X equals negative 1.
Okay, so what you want to do after that is plug in the two variables that you've already found into one of your original equations. This one doesn't really work because not all 3 variables are in there. So the one we chose was the first one, the 5x plus 4y plus z equals 14. So you want to plug x and y in. So you'll do 5 times negative 1 plus 4 times 4 plus z equals 14. And then it will be negative 5 plus 16 plus z equals 14. And you want to simplify that even more. So 11 plus z equals 14. Subtract 11, and you get z equals 3.
So now you are going to write your order triplet, and it's x, y, z in that order always. So negative 1, 4, and 3. Your order triplet. Okay, so now we need to find D. So D is the green line and the brown line. And so that's x equals 6,000 or 600, and x plus 1.2y equals 5,400. And then you plug in x right here. So that gives you 600 plus 1.2y equals 5,400, and then you subtract the 6,000 or 600. You get 0.12 or 1.2 equals 4,800. And then divide by 1.2, and that gives you 4,000 as your y. So D is, where is it? It's 600, 4,000. So then we plug all our points into the objective function, which gives us our answers. And in this specific scenario, it asks how many cartons of each type of drink should be produced as the profit is 10 cents per regular and 11 cents per diet. and so it's asking for the maximum profit, which is 520. So the biggest point would be 3,000 cartons of regular and 2,000 cartons of diet. Which gives us our answer of $520. So we plug in 2,000 in for y in this equation, and then you get x plus 2,000 equals 5,000, and you subtract 2,000 and you get x equals 3,000.